Hey YouTube, I've been asked to do a video talking about using the CQC-6 as an EDC knife, and this request comes from Jailer John on YouTube. But John, I know you're also on the USN, 'cause I see you post on there all the time, man. So let's just first talk about the size of the knife. It is a 3.25 inch blade, which in my opinion is pretty much the perfect size for an EDC knife. And the handle is actually also, again, perfect size. It's probably, I don't know, I really don't know the exact measurements, but it fits my hand perfectly, which is an interesting aspect that I'll talk about actually in a little bit. But let's do some size comparisons so that you guys know approximately what size it is. So I have some knives that are pretty familiar with, the people in the knife community are pretty familiar with. This is a Spyderco Delica. So we line up the blades first. So you can see again that there's just the Delica is slightly smaller in blade length. And in handle length, it's the Delica is it's kind of tough to do this. Again, just a little bit smaller. Although I can easily get a 4-finger grip on the Delica, I can also get a 4-finger grip on the 6. And the Delica is much thinner. Let's see. That's gonna be hard for me to express how much thinner. Oh, maybe I can do this. Or this. Yeah. It's like the Delica is maybe a 2/3 the thickness of the 6. But the 6 is so slim that it carries very nicely in the pocket. And actually I'll show you how thin it is. This is a Victorinox Super Tinker. If I'm not familiar with it, the only thing that makes it super is that it has an extra layer this way of tools. So you can see that there's 3 sets of tools when usually there's only 2. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. But it's the same width as like a Cadet, a Tinker, Compact, Farmer, all that stuff. So it's the same width, and you'll see that it's pretty much the same width as the CQC-6. You can see just a hair sticking out on either side, or just on, just a hair sticking out. So the 6 is just a bit wider, but not by a whole lot. Whoops, kind of falling over now. So that gives you an idea of how big the 6 is. It's just about the size of a, I would guess maybe a paramilitary. But yeah, so it's a little bit bigger than the Delica. And it's also a little bit thicker. But it's a perfect EDC for me. I'll show you again the hand, in hand. And I found that this, but from talking to other people, the 6 handle fits a lot of people's hands. I'm about 6'3", and people who are, I don't know, like 5'6", 5'7", and people who are also 6'7", they all find that the 6 fits them comfortably, which is, I think, a testament to how well Ernie can design knives. It's a simple design. If you look at you have just these 2 parallel handles, 2 parallel lines that converge at a point here, and a thumb ramp and an index finger ramp. It's so simple, yet it's so comfortable. And the scallop in the bolster fits right into my, or I should say my index finger fits right into the bolster scallop nicely. So the handle is super comfortable. And yeah, I think that's about all I can say about that. It's, like I said, it's super comfortable to carry in the hand, in the pocket. Here's the pocket clip. This is actually a Benchmade pocket clip from the, I think it's the 970 with the CQC-6 model. Sorry, the CQC-7 model from Benchmade. This much sticks out from the pocket, which it's fine with me. Plenty of room to grab onto. I clearly haven't lost it yet. So let's talk about the blade. It's a Tanto. Obviously, it's chisel ground and 0 ground, which means it only has one edge. There's no secondary bevel, and that it's completely flat on the back side. Some people will argue that because it's zero grind, chisel grind, that and that it's on the wrong side. It should be on the right-hand side for right-handed people, which is, I mean, if you want to get technical about it, but it's not going to inhibit your cutting performance. I've heard people talk about the only thing it's going to hinder in cutting performance is if you're a sushi chef. They're the ones that actually need the right-hand side grind if they're right-handed when they're cutting, I don't even know, the whole sushi roll, I don't know. But chefs are the only one that have that problem. If you're just cutting boxes like I usually do, or heck, I've used it to like cut steak, it's just fine. You're gonna cut, just as well. And it's laser sharp. The zero grind is very unique. It holds its edge very well. It's hard to say because it will chip. Mine, it has chips in it from cutting metal, like a screen door material. But it's still sharp, and I strop it pretty much every other night or something like that. But, fairly frequently, let's put it that way, to keep a polished edge on it as much as I can. And it still cuts through boxes nicely. I mean, it won't cut paper cleanly because of like the chips in it. But if you're doing any kind of real cutting, I say real, like, you're not just cutting open paper, or you're cutting, you're not just cutting open mail, and you're not just sitting at your desk cutting printer paper all day. It'll cut just fine. It's designed in such a way that it's supposed to hold up to lots of cutting tasks, and it's a hard use knife. The point is super pointy. This thing tears through those like blister packages. Usually I just use this portion here, just puncture and slice it right through. It slices like a dream. I love it. The 3.25 inch blade is big enough to handle anything that I can foresee using it for. Like I said, I don't know if I did mention it. I've been EDCing this for about a year and a half now. I got it January of 2011, and I've been using it ever since. And what's nice is I can clip it into my back. I can clip it into my pocket when I'm wearing jeans, but it's also a good enough size. It's small enough that I can drop it into like a suit pocket, or if I'm wearing like khaki pants, I can just drop it into the pocket. And it's, like I said, it's not a whole lot bigger than a Victorinox, which is nice. There is a smaller version of the CQC-6 called CQC-5, which is the exact same shape, except it's the same. It's a 3-inch blade. I think it's like 2.8 inches, but it's basically a 3-inch blade, and maybe more pocket friendly for those of you who are into smaller knives. But yeah, the 6 is a great EDC option. It's an expensive knife, so I'd be careful about where you leave it. Don't lose it. But I wouldn't be worried about breaking or anything. Let's see. The lock bar is actually starting to wear out a little bit. It's an 8-year-old knife. I know this because this is the Emerson Diamond logo, and the Diamond logo was only made in the year 2004. But I don't know if it's going to show it to you on camera. There's the slightest bit of up and down blade play. Oh, did you see that lighter just jump? Well, anyway, there's up and down blade play. Not much, and so little that you might be able to hear it on camera. I could probably go on and keep using it for probably another decade without having any problems with it. But I'll probably send it in to Ernie and have him just redo the lock bar. People might complain like, "Oh, that's crap," it's you buy it for $600 off his table, or $1,000 on the secondary market. There shouldn't be any problems. Hey, it's an 8-year-old knife. It's getting used. Just like anything, nothing is indestructible. All right, and titanium is softer than the stainless steel blade, so it's going to happen. I'm trying to think. That's about it. I'm pretty sure my camera's about to cut off in 10 seconds. But if there's any questions or comments, leave them. Favorite, like, subscribe if you want. And as always, be dressed to play.